Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Ayat Rabaiah. I'm your math teacher. Today I'll give you the 14th lesson, 3.4, adding and subtracting decimals. You know the meaning of adding? Add. Subtracting, it means find the difference, minus. Decimals, it's like example 0.32, 1.53. This is the meaning of decimal in general. Now, let's take this note, how we can add and subtract decimals. When you are adding or subtracting decimal numbers, always set out the calculations in columns and remember to keep the decimal points in line. I explain this note by using the following example. Work these out. Here we have 14.7 plus 8.56. This is the tenths, this is the hundredths. How can I add these two decimals? By using the note. Here we have to add. Always set out the calculations in columns and remember to keep the decimal points in line. How? Write the first number, 14.7 plus 8.56. Look, here the ones, here the tens. 8 is the one, so put in columns, set out your calculations in columns, mean put the ones under the ones, the tens under the tens, the tenths under the tens. So you have to put 8 under 4. Then point, remember to keep the decimal points in line. Point under the point. Here 56, 5 under 7, the tenths, then here 6. So here start with the hundreds, columns to add them. Here empty in the hundreds in the first decimal number, so you have to put 0. So how can I add now? Start with the hundreds column, 0 plus 6, which is 6. Here the blank space means 0. The blank space means 0. Next add the tenths, 7 plus 5, which is 12. Write down the 2 and carry the 1. Put the point down, bring the point down. Then add the units or the ones. 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 8, 13. Now write down the 3 and carry the 1. 1 plus 1, it means 2. Here nothing. Here the blank space means 0, nothing here. Now just 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now this is the solution, 23.26. Now subtract. Let's take this example. 13.5 minus 1.72. Here write 13.5. Here the ones put under the 3, the point, 7 under 5, the tenths, then 2. Here the blank space means 0. Now subtract. Now start with the hundreds column. Here we can't subtract 0 minus 2. We can't subtract 0 minus 2. You have to borrow from the 5. You have to borrow from the 5 and work out 10 minus 2. How can I borrow from 5? 5 becomes 4. This 0 becomes 10. Now 10 minus 2 equals 8. 4 minus 7. We can't subtract 4 minus 7 since 4 is smaller than 7. Borrow from the 3 and work out 14 minus 7. So here This is becomes 2. This becomes 14. 14 minus 7, 7. Put the point down. 2 minus 1, 1. 1 minus nothing, 1. So here the solution 11.78. Let's take another example. The same thing. 11.8 minus 4.36. The blank space means 0. 0 we can't subtract 0 minus 6. This becomes 7. This becomes 10. 10 minus 6, 4. 7 minus 3, 4. Bring down the point. 1 minus 4 we can't, so you have to borrow from 1. Becomes 0. This becomes 11. 11 minus 4, it means 7. 0 minus nothing, 0. Now I'll do this example D. 23 minus 2.65. Look, this is ones, this is tens. 2 ones here, 2.65. Look, here you have to put the point, and the blank space is here 0. This is 0. This is 0. Be careful, very important. Be careful. 23.00, 2.65. Now 0 minus 5 we can't. You have to borrow from 0. This 0. This 0 have nothing. So here power from 3 becomes 2. This is becomes 10. Power from 10 becomes 9. This becomes 10. 10 minus 5, 5. 9 minus 6, 3. Bring down the point. 2 minus 2 equals 0. 2 minus nothing, 2. So here 20.35. This is an exercise for you. 235 minus 18.18. Let's take another example. The table shows the results of a Galvin competition in meters. Is the difference, here the meaning of difference means minus. You have to use you have to subtract. Is the difference in the distance thrown by athletes who finished first and second larger or more, larger than the difference in the distance thrown by the athletes who finished second and third? Show how worked out your answer. Look here, this is the first. This is the first one. The first one 70.20. The second one 67.51. The third one 64.84. The solution, we need to find first of all the difference. We need to subtract first and second. First one and the second one. This is the first one. This is the second one. So here we need to subtract these two things. 70.20 minus 67.51. Let's find it. Hi, 70.20. This is 67.51 minus 0 minus 1 we can't. It becomes 1. It becomes 10. 10 minus 1, which is 9. Here we need to borrow from the 0 because here we can't subtract 1 minus 5 we can't. We can't borrow also from 0. Go to 7. 7 becomes 6. This becomes 10. Cancel the 10 becomes 9. This becomes 11. 11 minus 5, 6. 9 minus 7, 2. 6 minus 6, 0. This is for the first and the second. First and the second. Now we need to work. We need to find the difference. We need to find the difference between the second and third. This is the second. This is the third. The second 67.51 minus 64.84. 1 minus 4 we can't. Borrow from 5 becomes 4. 11 becomes minus 4, 7. 4 minus 8 we can't. Borrow from 7 becomes 6. This becomes 14. 14 minus 8. 6. Bring down the point. 6 minus 4, 2. 6 minus 6 equals 0. Now, the question is, which is larger? This number or this number? We want to compare between these two numbers to find, because the question is the difference in the distance thrown by the athletes who finished first and second larger. Is it larger? Is this number larger than this number? Let's see. 2.69, 2.67. Compare the whole number first. 2 equals 2, 6 equals 6. 9 is more than 7, so this number is greater. Yeah, so here, is the difference? Yeah, yes. This is the reason. You have a homework from the workbook, page 20, question 1 to question 5. Thank you for listening and have a good day.